How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, as always, Hicksydust, picking up with the Madden franchise. Picking up where we left off in Week 10, where we dominated Washington. We are now moving on to Week 11, where we will face San Francisco. So let's see how this game turns out.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
They'll run with Wilson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And the ball is knocked out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. There he goes left side. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through and that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run. Here's Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Garoppolo now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 5 catches, 60 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Leonard Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Robbie Gould on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And Gould is able to put it through.
The kick is good.
And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
Giants nothing.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Number 26, Saquon.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line is going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
Garoppolo.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. Second and 11 now. Right back to Juszczyk again. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down. That's
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Giants nothing.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Giants take over 1st and 10.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll go down at the 28. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeVal. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Barkley, toss play left. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Another try for Barkley. And I think Eifert may be in some pain. Staying down following that play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. This is Penny. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Elijah Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
49ers.
Wilson with a first down carry. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Made at the 47.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And a 49er first down.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's third down and less than a yard.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. This is caught. And the Niners are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run with Wilson, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. And he's got it up and through. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10.
New York ready to go again offensively. Down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it'll bring up third down.
Gabriel sets up a third down and 8.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
There defensively.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for Taylor Gabriel.
Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
That's complete right side to Gabriel. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People wonder what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
Now Ross to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The pass. Complete.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 and a 1st down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Barkley again.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taylor Gabriel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 14-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. George Kittle and the Niners ready for their next drive. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker cover him, cornerback cover him, safety covering him. Always has the advantage, usually has final answer against anyone who tries to defend him.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Barkley. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 43-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
first down carry for Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught. Shepard. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. On the run, it's Penny. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Penny. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
This will be caught at about the 5.
The two-point conversion is no good.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And the 49er 1st down.
To throw is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
It's 3rd down.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. picked off around the 41. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. For the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, guys. This was a bad game of football. We had a bad play to start the game, the kick out of bounds. We had a really bad call to overturn that fumble recovery touchdown from James Bradbury. You can watch the replay over again. Kittle's knee never touched the ground, so I don't know what to tell you. You can't rule it down by contact. But hey, this is just a game. We played hard. It was a close game. We really didn't separate ourselves from San Francisco until like the late in the game, the third, fourth quarter. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed watching the video today. Leave all your feedback in the comments section, and I'll look over every comment. But until then, guys, keep your eyes to the horizons for more Hicksydust content, which is sure to follow this video, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.